today I have an EKG appointment, a cardiologist appointment, and then I have a GI liver appointment. So I have 3 appointments today overall. And my heart, honestly, I feel like it's gotten worse. I only sit down now. And even right now, I'm getting out of breath just by leaning and talking. I'm talking low because my boyfriend's asleep. But yesterday and today, I didn't want to wear the machine because sometimes it hurts the nose, and I wanted to give it a break. But then I started feeling bad yesterday during the night, and I'm like, no, I need to put it on. And then today it was worse. So I kind of went, and my chest really hurt, and I'm like, oh shit, I need this shit now. And it woke me up. And it took me a little to go back to sleep. It took me about an hour to go back to sleep because of the fear, or I don't know how because I didn't know how I was feeling. What was that, you know? I'm just getting a lot of signs, and I think for sure I need to talk to the cardiologist doctor and be like, hey, this is happening. And even when they're taking blood out, it's so weird. The other day they took blood out for a kidney appointment that I had yesterday, and they always take your blood to see how it's doing. And this is kind of what happens. I'll put a clip here, but I was in the hospital this time, so they got to see it, and I didn't even get to give the B sample. They admitted me in for a couple of days, but they thought it was epileptic. And I said, no, this is not epilepsy. This is something else. They didn't believe me. I got admitted for epileptic, and they started doing tests. I think I'll probably insert them in this clip. And yeah, it turns out it's not epileptic, which I knew. And I was like, I think this is something to do with my heart. And anyways, they're like, well, this is epileptic. We can do anything. I'm like, okay.
I talked to the doctor saying, so what do I do now? And the doctors responded, well, you're in an epilepsy unit. There's nothing we can do here. So they let me go home. That's what I said, just in case you didn't catch it.
And then again, they do the same thing where like they give you a list. If you like this, come back to the ER. I still feel like that. I don't feel good. Like a week passed, and then I go to the appointment, and I told the doctor, I mean, he's a kidney doctor, obviously, right? I'm wondering if my levels are low for my blood, and he checked, and he's like, no, they're good. No, something else is probably happening, but I was like, I know we're here to talk to kidneys, and I appreciate you for telling me that. When it comes to my kidneys, they're about to put me on Rituxan, which is a infusion that takes about 6 hours, but I'm allergic to it. And he's like, okay. So we need to get you ready just in case you have an allergic reaction. I said yes. So that's to that, and that's going to be about in 3 weeks or so, the infusion. And it like I said, it decreases your immune system. It's going to reboot it. So I need to be very careful with essentially everything, people that are sick and everything like that. And it makes you very sleepy, very tired the next day. And he said he's going to give me 2 doses of that to see how it works, like it reboots my kidneys. And I said, why is it that every 4 to 5 years I relapse? And he said, actually, you're a good one. A lot of people need a reboot every year, and you need it 4 to 5 years, so that's pretty good. So I said, I guess that's good. Yeah, and now today it's the cardiologist and the GI, and I'm getting angry. And I think today, essentially, because they sent me a message, I sent a message a while ago. I'm like, hey, I really don't feel good. And they're like, yeah, we couldn't find nothing on the EKG, which is like where they put all the hard things now. We always said we couldn't find anything on that. We think everything's okay. Go back to your primary. And then I went back to my primary. They're like, you're fine. They think it's like my blood pressure and a whole bunch of medicines that I'm in. And I'm like, well, I can't go get out of those medicines because it's for my kidneys, and I need those at the moment until I get better. And you guys are putting me in medicine, and then the GI is putting me in medicine, and I just nobody's wanting to let go of the medicines. So I'm upset. I'm angry. And I think today and they keep sending me back to cardiology, like it's always cardiology. And I'm like, okay, well, cardiology, you've only done EKGs, and you've done echoes, right? An echo is like where they look into deeper, and it hurts. And there's this one nurse in another hospital that said, they're like, have they checked your heart? And I said, yeah, they have. I was there, like, because it goes really down. It goes down to the 40s, and then it shoots up to like 120 when you start walking. I said, I know. I was like, sometimes it shoots up to like 160, 170 for no reason. Yesterday, even shoot up to like 130. And she's like, well, I would talk to the cardiologist a little in depth and see if they can do something else. I'm like, they're like, have they have a have they done a Holter monitor? The Holter monitor is the one I wear in the neck. And I said, yes, they have. She's like, well, there's another option. So there's a chip that I can put on you, and I can stay in for like 6 months to a year. I was like, maybe you should try that option. And I tried it when I was in face-to-face, and they said, well, we'll see with the Holter monitor. The Holter monitor was on me for 24 hours. What is that gonna do? That's the first blog I ever posted, by the way. And they said everything. I sent out a message like a couple weeks later, months later, and they're like, yeah, no, it seems like everything's fine. But then it says this information, and I put it here, and I'm like, is that everything fine? They say that's just normal, but what if mine is not normal? They're not wanting to do more to it, you know? So since she mentioned the chip, I'm like, I think that's what I'm a root for, and I think I need to come in with more force, unfortunately. And I mean force, I said, okay, if you're not willing to do this, you are going to sign there as I see you entering that you no longer want to give me exams. And if something happens, because it's getting more serious to the point where I can't move, I'm coming back with a lawsuit, and they can take his license away. That usually puts pressure on them. And also, like, this is not a fight between me and him. It's more of a, we need to work together as a team. What is this? It just sucks. But yeah, so right now that's what I'm getting ready for. All right, cool. See you later. All right, this is what I'm gonna wear today. I'm wearing leggings, boots because it's really cold outside, and this so it can go off and on easily because they're gonna put a whole bunch of wires on me so they can do the EKG, and then it has a back opening. And then for my jacket, because it's cold as hell outside, this, like I said, it's like the fluffy one that used to be trending like a good 5 years ago, but it's very comfy. That's what I'm wearing to the hospital. Cool.
And you come with something?
Okay. On a few more minutes, got y'all. Watch it. I don't see the fight, but they be busy.
Well, it's totally your name too.
Thank you. 2 more minutes, I'm checking them. I don't like urology views.
Oh.
Are they bad?
They don't like me.
What's is it because of the EKGs and then the?
It's urology.
Oh. Oh my god.
I know the EKG, it's gonna go super quick.
Oh.
They probably call you by the time I get through checking
You
you.
get through it?
She's very good.
Baby, I'm not slow checking you in. I'm making sure I do what I need to do.
By the time you sit down, they'll say, come here.
They won't let me sit down.
Okay,
Thank you.
Check in. Yes, you sit down.
In the middle? Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Officially inside the cardiology department. Doctor's coming in a second. Hey there. Yes, I'm the one that's running late because I was in cardiology. Eunice.
You said your last name.
Eunice? Esparza? Is calling me.
You said last name is extra.
Esparza. Do you mind if I answer this call? It's June 7th. I was in the cardiology unit trying to make it in time.
Your appointment was at 1:25, so we give you a 15-minute grace.
Oh, okay. I was trying to hurry over there too. I'm like, hey, I gotta go. I have another appointment.
Okay, and I'm gonna say sit up in here because they're calling from
Both sides? All right, perfect. I'll sit in the middle. Thank you.
Eunice.
Yes, that's me. Okay, perfect. Okay, second appointment. This is for GI and liver to see how it's doing. Let's see how this one goes, and I'll update you in a minute how the cardiologist went. All right, so back to the cardiologist. I'm in the car now, I'm going home. But back to the cardiologist, essentially what, there was like a little, I'll put some clips here, but there was a little kind of confrontation or like maybe disagreements of, because they keep saying that the Holter monitor that they gave me was not, sorry for the movement. The Holter monitor that they were giving me was not, nothing came out of it. And then I showed her some paperwork from a doctor that I saw, doctor or nurse, I don't remember, I saw in another hospital.
and I showed it about it, but she's like, yeah, but she was like pushy about it, about the loop, I think it's called. I forgot what it's called. If I remember, I'll put it here. And she was iffy about it. She's like, no, that's for people that need a little more attention. It's like, from here, it looks like your whole history looks fine. And then I said, I'm like, okay, could they be my oxygen, or could it be this other thing? And I put the word here, and she was like, no, it'll be very rare because you're very young, and that's usually for people that have a lot of problems. My history, I have kidney failure, seizures. Those are a lot of problems, and it's my age, you know, and I've been having them since I was little, so I don't know what she's talking about. Things like that piss me off. Anyway, she finally gave in, and she's like, all right, we're gonna put you in the loop. I said, okay, good. Don't get me wrong, I'm a little afraid because you can't get it wet. There's other things that you can't do with it, and I understand, but also, like, this is where my anxiety comes in, where I'm like, maybe I'm making this up. Maybe this is just anxiety. Maybe I just want to be lazy, you know? And it's really hard to fight those thoughts. Then I went to the GI doctor, and the GI doctor was like, you're good to go. Your body's doing everything it needs. You don't need to come back. And I said, awesome. I don't want to come back. Also, do you see the difference when I feel something is wrong versus when I feel something it's not wrong? With the GI doctor, I was like, cool, I'm good to go, nothing else. For seizure unit, when I know I'm having seizures, I'll say, hey, something is happening, they're not stopping. And this last time I was like, it's not seizures. I know it's not seizures. It wasn't seizures. When I was telling them that my kidneys were relapsing, they didn't believe me, and I told them, do more tests. I was relapsing. The cardiology unit is not really believing me. And like I said, with the GI doctor, I was like, cool, we're good to go, I'm done here. And then I went on. That's how I know my body knows what it eats. But it's just, you know. And then we get in the car, right? And guess what fucking happens? And this is why you see I guess my attitude a little different. Somebody hit us as we were pulling out of the parking lot. They hit us. So they saw that we were pulling out, and they like zoomed. I was trying to get as much information as I could. She was Hispanic. She's like Puerto Rican or something like that. And I tried to get as much information as I could. And I kind of felt bad because she was pregnant too, right? But it's just like, fucking pay attention to what's happening. So that really pissed me off. You know what else is really pissing me off? The fact that they haven't answered on the phone that she provided. It's been her husband, and he keeps saying he's calling back and telling her to call back, but they haven't. It has been a while now. So here's the license plate. Enjoy. And now I deserve a Dutch Bros because it's been a shitty day. The amount of standing up for myself that I've been having to do all day. So I'm gonna get a Dutch Bros. I got this. A strawberries and cream mocha to help me out because I am in a bad mood. I recommend. I'm a little better. Okay. All right, hello. So as I was editing this video, I went into documents so I can give you a little insight of my health. But as I did that, I kind of went into a rabbit hole of more situations that have happened in my health. And I started looking up things, and I was ready to go to sleep, and I hadn't gone to sleep. So my boyfriend came to check up on me to see how I was doing. And I just had a breakdown because of what I found between records from 2020 to now. And like I said, so I'm deciding to do a different video explaining all that and the results and what is happening. This will probably come out maybe by mid-April or so, just due to the videos that are coming out. I'm behind schedule due to my health and trying to level out essentially my health, my private life, and the videos. So it's coming for sure. But I just wanted to put that out there. I am making a video of all the results that I have and what I'm learning from them. And I apologize for how much the videos have been not coming as regular as they should be. Like I said, I'm trying to balance it all. Trying to balance myself right now. It's just too much for the mind to handle as well when you relapse.
and you're trying to go back into remission. It's coming soon though. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time, especially that spring has come, and I wish you guys well.